Hi, Taurus. Welcome. So, Taurus, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's go ahead and get started. So, overall energy for Taurus and the person they are connecting with. Let's go ahead and start there. Woo! No, misfire. Let me get a better shuffle, guys. All right, you have Virgo energy here that wanted to pop out twice. Could be connecting with Virgo or have that in your chart. And or it's just the influencing vibes over the connection. So this is a very methodical, like ritualistic, yet efficient type of energy. It talks about gaining insights. So you might be getting some insight around this person or connection during this time frame. This is asking you to be discerning, though, Taurus, to not just take a book by its cover, but to really get to know a situation, really get to know a person or this person before making any big decisions here. Dang, your cards are just flying out. So then you have the King of Pentacles in your overall vibes here, Taurus, and this person has the Seven of Swords, which is really interesting because I just got that message about be discerning, right? And the Seven of Swords sometimes talks about dishonesty, right? Or like an elusive type of vibe, a mask being worn, or something not freely being given or talked about, okay? It doesn't always have to be downright dishonesty, but it usually is something going on behind the scenes, and this is falling in this person's energy. So you are showing up as the King of Pentacles, whether you're masculine or feminine, because it's a general read. And to me, this is a very like honest, grounded, practical energy. So, and I also feel like you kind of being in this very generous type of energy as well. So let's get into this and see, because already I can see this is going to be a very, very interesting reading. We're going to look at a recent past and what led up to the now moment, your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, and then most likely future outcomes. Woo! Man, your cards are flying. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. And the Chariot. It's interesting because I have a song by, I think the artist is 311, Amber. Is the name of the song, I think. Don't quote me on that. They say amber is the color of your energy, which I got that message in Capricorn's reading, in their spiritual reading, and I just got done with theirs. So if you're dealing with Capricorn, maybe check out that reading, or maybe check out that song if that resonates with you. So you have the 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Justice. I heard give it all you got. So Taurus, you really could have been like just giving it your best, giving it all you got. Being in this time of your life where also you're feeling more grounded, more, I hear protected, feeling protected spiritually, or you are protected spiritually, or maybe you have a very protective stance when it comes to the things that are important to you, which is such a Taurus thing, for real. But there's this sense of community showing up for you as well, and the people that you're closest to, your social network, all of that being highlighted here. And again, this card is talking about generosity and being generous with your time and your energy, and they keep giving me the word efficiencies. So working on some sort of efficiencies in your life, or maybe needing to do that. And also there's this message too about things moving forward, or just feeling a little bit more at ease, or a little bit more balanced, a little bit more at peace with your relationship, or possibly just life in general. Really, really positive vibe here. So I feel like you're starting off this reading on the right foot, energetically speaking. So let's see this person's recent past energy then, Taurus. This person, 7 of Wands. The Death card. The Hierophant. It's almost like every time I get into this person's energy, I feel like giving up. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's just kind of the mode they're in. And as I look down, I have the 9 of Wands, which is about surrendering, giving up the struggle. Okay. And I feel also like a downturn in my energy as well. This person needs a nap, maybe. I don't know. Or whoever the collective Taurus energy is connecting with. I feel like whoever you're connecting with, this person's going through changes, endings. Some sort of deep transformation around their belief structures or relationships or commitments right now. And I feel like they just feel exhausted. They feel like giving up, you know. And there's that very protective vibe that I felt earlier, okay? But this is coming off to me a little bit more of defensive energy than like a healthy type of protective energy. But I just feel like this person being on guard, being on the defense. There's definitely some sort of exhaustion going on in this person's energy. It actually feels very dense, and I'm not trying to yawn. I'm sorry. I can't help it, but like the energy is shifting quite a bit here. They have trouble. They get down on themselves a lot. Maybe this person gives up too easily as well, or, you know, it's like they want to put up a fight and then they're like, nah, it's not worth it. I mean, in a way that could be a good thing, but I just get a sense of like, either giving in or giving up. Okay, I don't know how many times I can say that. So let's go into perception and see how you are seeing each other in the current moment then, Taurus. Perception. How is Taurus seeing this connection, this person? The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Wow. This is going to be a very interesting reading. Six of Swords. There's definitely been some misleading here or deception, okay? I felt that earlier. Or the sense of like, something feels off about this energy here. It's like, I heard realize, real lies. Be careful about seeing what you want to see, all right, during this time frame. I feel like there's some sort of elusive energy around this person or around this connection. I heard you see what you want to see and you believe what you want to believe. This is very interesting to me. There seems to have been some dishonesty here in the information that you were being given or being misled, or maybe you've done that. Take it as it resonates. It's like something appearing as a really good, awesome opportunity, or like a really good person, but then like, if you peer underneath the hood a little bit, you know, you'll find that there's like unknowns here or things that are being hidden. I just keep hearing, don't believe everything you hear during this time frame. See, now I'm not a big fan of like giving messages like that because I don't want to create paranoia, right? And I don't mean this to be like, look over your shoulder and blah, blah, blah. I feel like intuitively you would know exactly what I'm talking about if this reading is for you. So yeah, some of you, it's just like, you just don't believe something, or it's hard to believe, right? Or you don't trust something here about the connection, or maybe about something else you have going on in your life. So let's see this person's perception then, Taurus, of the connection. Ooh, that card shot out. You have Justice here. I cannot see what that one is, but I'll get it in a minute. Page of Pentacles. Ooh. King of Cups. All right. And the Four of Wands. So this person is definitely working on their stability, trying to maintain the balance in their life. They are open to new opportunities here, and I feel like emotionally as well, them being pretty open. And it's after this period of time where they went through some sort of ending or change. And they, you know, I feel like this person got into this space where they just gave up the fight on something, right? But in so by them kind of like releasing the resistance or giving up on something, it's bringing in a fresh perspective or fresh energy for them to start over. If this person felt like they could not see the truth in a situation, or maybe with you, I do feel like they have given up on looking for the truth and are just willing to kind of move forward anyways, all right? Or vice versa, take it as it resonates. Both of you have the Seven of Swords, which I think is really interesting. So that tells me that you don't have the full story, but this person doesn't have the full story either, right? You know, they always say, like, if you want to know the full story, you got to listen to both sides. And then even then, it's probably a mixture of the two. So I feel like there seems to be like a one-sided story here showing up. Some of you may like not always trust what you hear when it comes to this person. And it may have nothing to do with them. It could be your own trust issues stemming from something unrelated, but you just don't want to be led astray, I feel. So there's like a skeptical vibe here. However, when this person sees the connection, I feel that they honestly feel some sort of sincerity here, okay? Let's go a little bit deeper. I'm getting words like sincerity, honesty, truth. So it's like two polar opposite energies. There's like this deceptive energy where nothing is what it seems, and then this very honest, forthright energy showing up here, Taurus. So let's see what's going on in the emotions. You have Judgment here, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So in the emotional space, I just feel like, listen, if you can't figure something out or someone out, I also feel like you're going to be like, oh, forget about it, or just let it go, or release it, or that's what you're being guided to do. It's almost like the more you try to figure something out, the more it messes with you, you know, the more it perpetuates the problem. And, you know, so I feel like some of you have given up, you know, the stress of trying to like see the truth of something or figure something out. Or during this time frame, you might get into that emotional space where you're just like, I want to be released from this. You know, I want to let go of the need to know or the need to figure out something, because all it does is mess with my head. Let's go further into the emotional side. I don't mean to keep pausing, but this is like a very interesting vibe that I'm feeling. And I want to make sure I'm getting it right. The Hangman. The Queen of Pentacles. Like, now I'm invested in this reading. I'm like, I need to figure this out. The Six of Swords. Also, somebody could be wanting like a resolution here, or there might be some sort of resolution possible if you will allow it. The Hangman, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the King of Wands. I want to yawn again in this person's energy. So I feel like this person is trying to get a different perspective here before they move forward. I feel like in their heart of hearts, this person is certain, right, of the direction that they want to go in. But they do tend to look to you or towards you, Taurus, to kind of see what you're doing or what you're thinking, or, you know, this person's energy seems to be focused on you. It's almost like they kind of move forward and they're like, yep, I have the answer. I'm certain, but let me check on Taurus again. Or let me check with the Taurus or something like that. Like they seem to like look to you for maybe the truth, you know, for maybe guidance. I don't really know. They just seem to be very interested in like what you think, okay, whether they say it or not, or like your perspective. Or maybe wondering like if you've let something go or how you feel. Or if you're telling the truth. I think this person has a hard time reading you emotionally. And you might be, you know, protective over what you share as well, Taurus, because again, you are a fixed sign. And I don't feel like Taurus people I feel like you have huge hearts, but I don't think you wear your heart on your sleeve, at least a lot of them that I know. But even if you do, I feel like this person is always kind of looking and like checking in to see how you're feeling. So let's go deeper. Let's see what's going on in the future energy, near future energy. Knight of Cups, the World, the Moon, and the Three of Cups. So, Taurus, There's something that seems to be unresolved here as well. I don't know if it has to do with the connection or not, but I heard unresolved, and it could be unresolved feelings, something that you've left unresolved, or that this person feels is unresolved. But I keep getting a message around that. I feel like you are going into this space where you're wanting to be just a little bit more playful, a little less serious. It's like kind of like your energy making a comeback, right? But then there's all this deep emotion showing up. It's like kind of bouncing into this very lighthearted, almost romantic type of vibe. And then all of this deep emotion like stemming from that, Taurus. But I don't necessarily feel like that's a bad thing. I mean, some of you are getting emotional for good reasons because you have things to celebrate, because you have love in your life or support around you, okay? Or I also feel like a deep appreciation coming through the Taurus energy, where you might just be feeling that deep appreciation for the people in your life, or this connection, or your sense of community or belonging, or I heard your strength, or things of that nature. And if there's something else going on that is weighing on you or gets in the way of your happiness, I feel like you wanting to be in this energy of letting it go, by being discerning, by turning your attention away from it, by focusing on the things that are meaningful and good for you. I just get this message about like thinking something and then finding out like, oh, that wasn't the real truth, or like thinking like you know something and then finding out like you didn't have all of the information. But I feel the universe wanting to bring you another opportunity right on the heels of that is real. But you may not trust it at first. So here's where you need to use your intuition, right? To feel it out so that you know the difference between false hope and real hope. Or the real deal and false packaging, or something like that. And you know, they say that we experience what we don't want so that we can better define, know, and understand what it is that we do want. Sometimes you don't know what's real until you experience what's fake. Just saying. All right, so let's see what's going on in this person's most likely future outcome. The 3 of Wands. Ten of Swords. You got the nose itchies. The 8 of Wands. And the 10 of Cups. So the person you're connecting with, they're waiting on something to end. This person is waiting on some sort of ending in order to move forward, but they need to move forward without needing, sorry, I'm not getting the message right. Okay, say this person's waiting on closure to move on. There's no such thing as closure, guys. Because anytime you go back for closure, you reopen it, you re-entertain it, and you re-invite it into your energy. Just saying. It's a process, right, of replacing old thoughts and ideas with new things to look forward to that creates true closure in our heart. So if this person is waiting for closure to move on, they'll be waiting forever because they're waiting for a figment of their mind. Closure is an internal, intrinsic decision to change the way you think, doesn't come from other people the way we think it does. And some people will wait their whole lives for that, to hear those words, to get that last conversation, only to find out that that's not really what is going to make them feel better. It will be temporary. It would be a temporary solution. I don't know why I'm going into this. There's something here. Perhaps this person is waiting for some sort of closure, you know, to move forward, but they need to move forward energetically, emotionally, internally anyways, and then they will find the healing, aka closure, they're looking for. Say it's not closure, right? There's a big group of you here. It could be that this person is waiting for something to be over so that they can begin something new. And I do feel like there's this exhaustion here and stagnation going on in this person's energy, but it is getting ready to lift and there is movement forward. And then they go into the 10 of Cups, which is ultimate happiness, you know? And it's almost like it happens when this person finally gives up or surrenders. They have to surrender something. The need to know, maybe. I mean, I went through a whole litany of things that they are waiting for, but once they go into that surrender, then it's full steam ahead. Then they rejoin their happiness. Then things start to feel good to them again, and some sort of resolution pops in. Okay, and then I feel like this person being put back onto solid ground here. So let's see what the guidance is. Really? All right, that's for your cross watcher, I guess. Let's see what Taurus's guidance is. Oh, maybe not. I have cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for a needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. And then this person's energy, they have support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more. Others remain beside you through your entire life, but all relationships are important. So, wow, interesting reading here, Taurus. My goodness. Let me tell you what zodiac signs I have out that you could be connecting with or could be in your own birth chart. I have Leo vibes here. Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo again, Pisces, Cancer, Cancerian energy, Libra energy, and Leo energy here. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind that it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos over there. Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. Ooh, excuse me. I had a little burpsies. Anyways, don't click off. Yes, you can find all of my social media links down in the description box below, in case you want to follow me over there. Also in the About section of my YouTube. I'm not sure if I already said this. You can donate over there if you want. If not, that's cool. That's fine. Just thank you for coming. And I love you so much. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.